Hello, my name is Mars, and welcome back to I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. Our colony once again got destroyed by the Faceless last time. And we're pretty stressed out, so I don't think we're going to be able to do much to help. Unfortunately. We can rebuild. How much stress would that give us? We can actually take on a little bit of stress. And it would give us toughness. There were two months of rebuilding in the last playthrough, right? Yeah, I mean, for the sake of getting some toughness, let's help rebuild. The first month of quiet passes, each day plotting one after the other. You still have trouble sleeping in the classroom barracks, but there's nowhere else to go. Every day you wake up the others and try to make the best of it. Grief and anger come in waves, not just for you, but for everyone. Some days are better than others. You're assigned to help rebuild the walls. Yeah, we've read all this already. By the time that's done, crews assembling parts of the stratospheric have delivered enough salvage so you can begin work patching the walls. A sense of urgency permeates the crew. After everything, people need to feel safe. Dis is on the work crew with you, something he does begrudgingly. Walls didn't help the first time, he grumbles. Whenever anyone asks for his opinion, we should just tear them all down and live like the animals do. If someone planted a bunch of buildings on my land, I'd be pissed off too. Dis is right. This is pointless. You don't go so far as to sabotage the walls, but you certainly don't contribute. You and Dis drag your feet, sulking any time someone tells you to work harder. Surprisingly, you don't get in trouble. You're just kids, after all. No one expects you to get back to work right away after a huge trauma like losing your home. Okay. Tangent and Chief Engineer Instance have been hard at work in the lab trying to find a cure for the Shimmer disease. You joined them in their research. You're the one who found a sample of the Shimmer fungus and analyzed it. You're the one whose father suffers the most from it. I feel like we shouldn't be getting this. I mean, I know that an engineering wing is the one wing that is still active, but I don't think they'd be able to do this. I feel like this is the glitch. Sometimes we get like 2 events in 1 month, and it feels like it's a glitch. You confirmed that the Shimmer is an airborne fungal disease, and that the thick, choking spores and pollen are the same fungi from the Valley of Vertigo, the ones that colonize the host and turn their bodies into more spore-producing fungus. Finally, you have a long-due breakthrough. Sunlight. No biology from that. You try inoculations, antibiotics, antifungal creams, but what finally works is a high-density light treatment mimicking the full force of the sun's during dusk, coupled with an injection to increase its potency. Of course, Ting exclaims, the fungus colonizes animal life during pollen, and some succumb to it, but the intense light of dusk scourges the fungus from the survivors. It's all part of the natural cycle. The treatment works on samples, now to test it on a subject. Should we test it on ourselves or on the animals? Let's try ourselves. You open a triple-locked research room and pass through an airlock. You don't have an envirosuit on, but that's the point. You need a strong dose of this fungus in your lungs. The small room is filled with the Shimmer fungus. PTSD moment, oh no. Remember when we almost died collecting this? I would not feel comfortable doing this again. But we're brave. Solane is brave. It's growing on everything. The floor and walls, and on lumpy shapes that were some kind of biological matter once. Now it's all just fungus, violet and shiny. You breathe deeply, marveling in the feeling of soupy, dangerous air infiltrating your body. Tang watches safely from behind the thick plexiglass. You can't tell if she's jealous or impressed. Hey, we lost stress from that. We can help rebuild again. Next, you slide into the light therapy machine to bask in the nice warm light for a while. You even have a nap. Dr. Instance takes your vitals and runs samples of your fluids through various machines. She's excruciatingly thorough, but after a few days she concludes that the treatment is a success. You still carry a high fungal load, but its effects have been nullified by the light therapy. Remarkable. His little tomato. That's the name of the achievement I just got. We helped Tangent cure the disease. Remarkable, Instance says, going over your finding. Now that we have a frontline therapy, we can begin treating the population to prevent the fungus from taking hold. This is a terrible card for me. God damn. She looks over at Tang. Solane's discovery will be of great help with our other research. You expect Tangent might be cross that you got the credit, but she nods, looking pleased. You're just thankful that no one else was killed, not your father or anyone else. The colony is safe from the Shimmer. Nice. Well, we saved both our parents. That's pretty great. Alright. 8. 6. Okay, we can't do a 4-4-4 here. That's actually even worse. Okay, that works. Sweet. We got a lot of toughness out of that. The suns finally dawn again on your birthday. You wake early and climb to the top of engineering to watch the first sun's watery rays break the horizon as the wormhole recedes across the sky. Dawn should represent hope after a long period of darkness, but this light only reveals the full extent of the damage to the colony. You've been having trouble sleeping, like most people. It's hard to find rest, crammed into the classroom with all the other kids and their families, and every time you close your eyes, you shake your head to clear the memories. Is there anything you could have done? Or is the colony destined to be destroyed no matter what you do? I feel like that's probably the case. There aren't really a lot of opportunities to get defense up before the Helio comes. You know? Alright. You stare at the sun rises as the horizon, meager and sickly. Hey kiddo, you hear. And then your mom comes and sits down beside you. Thought I'd find you here. You both sit in silence for a while, watching the sunrise pick out all the broken glass littering the fields, glimmering like a field of stars. After a few minutes, your mom nudges you with her elbow. So, she says, your first apocalypse, huh? She huffs, smiling self-deprecatingly. First one's always the hardest, she sighs. When the first colony was attacked, back on Earth, I thought that was it. Everything my parents told me about, the power of community, all that, I thought they were full of shit too. She turns and gives you a serious look. It's okay to be sad right now. And mad too. I'm mad as hell. I want to get out there and rip every goddamn mushroom out of the ground. And that's keeping me going for now. But that's not going to be forever, Solane, she continues. Eventually, that sadness and rage is going to cool, and you have to figure out how to feel after that. She points at your chest. Hope lives here, she says. It's the human condition. We just don't know when to give up. Your mom squints out into the sunrise. I had to figure out how to have hope too. I needed it, to get on a busted up spaceship with your dad and launch myself through a wormhole. Hope is why we had you. She smiles. Things work out in unusual ways, Solane. It just takes time. You watch the sunrise together for a few more minutes. After a bit, your mom pulls out a little box tied with a piece of gardening twine. From your father and I, she says, Happy birthday, kiddo. You know what it is before you open it. Your old medallion, the one your dad made with the sun on it to represent Earth, was broken during the attack. In all the chaos you didn't even notice, but your parents did, and made you a new one. It's just like you remembered. A similar design with a wormhole this time to represent Vertumna. You thank her and squint out at the swirling wormhole still barely visible in the brightening sky. It's so massive and awe-inspiring this time of year, but it always seems to herald disaster. You're happy to watch it fade away into the daylight. Your mom lets out a dark chuckle and slaps you on the back. What a birthday. Here's to another one, right? You both head back to the wreckage of the canteen, where they put up temporary roofing with tarps and scraps. The colony nanoprinters have been working day and night, but larger construction projects are going to take time. Aunt Anne has coaxed the kitchen nanoprinters into making soy gruel and press bars, life-sustaining but depressing. Zeke has taken over as interim governor until the council can elect someone new. They had held a mass funeral for everyone who died. There's talk of turning the Shadow's destroyed front half into a memorial shrine after everything useful has been salvaged. There's still so much to do. Alright. Everyone's still in the same spot, I assume. I mean, we do have a little bit of bandwidth for stress. We can take on 10 more, so maybe let's see what rebuilding twice gets us? Yeah? For the sake of getting toughness up. You're assigned to help out in geoponics. The agriculturalists have been hard at work trying to salvage what they can of the ruined fields and the destroyed greenhouses, but there's still a lot of work to be done. Your mom is in fine form in her role as chief cultivator. She'd never admit it, but managing a crisis is what she's made for. Cal's working in geoponics too. He smiles when he sees you. Hey, Solane, there's lots of stuff to do. What do you want to work on? Animals, of course. We're an animal guy. The pens only suffered minor damage during the attack. Weirdly, most of the damage seems to have come from inside the pens, as if the normally tame animals had been stirred into a frenzy. Tangent is also here, though it's not to help hammer and nail things. She's studying the animals, trying to figure out what could have influenced them. She takes blood and hair samples and readings with some sort of complicated brain scanning device. Interesting is all she says, not explaining her findings to you or Cal. It's just like we're back in the last playthrough we did. We're here with Tang and Cal. How about it? Everyone is worried that this will be the final nail in the coffin for your food supply after the famine last year. You try not to think about it too hard, instead of focusing on just doing what you can to help rebuild. Okay. Let's chew to pairs, okay? Well, we'll want to put this at the end. Or how about this? Yeah, and then it doesn't super matter? No. Okay. What if... Okay, no. Huh. If we do a 4, 5, 6, will that help? Yeah. How about a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Close. Huh. Let's see. I feel like we're getting closer. Let's just use our mushwood log. Yeah. Jeez. Let's see. This only gives +2 to the physical challenges. I might replace the plas cutter with the sun medallion. You're eating in the mess tents when you hear something rumbling. There's something falling from the sky. It's on fire. It's impossible to miss the thing hurtling towards you from space, like a great big ball of fire coming straight for you. Is this it? Is this the end? After all you've been through, a meteor's gonna land in the middle of your already ruined colony and kill you all? Nope, it's the Helio. Mars grabs your shoulder. It's another ship, she exclaims. Look, look, it's another spaceship from Earth. Whoa. It's an enormous ship coming at you way too fast. The ship's reverse thrusters fire, trying to slow it down so it doesn't smash into a billion pieces when it hits the planet. Everyone scatters. You crouch behind some rocks, throw your arms over your head, and squeeze your eyes shut. The massive spaceship touches down in geoponics, plying through the fields and grinding over what was left of the greenhouses. You're thrown to the ground from the force of the impact as shrapnel and small rocks zing past your head. It grinds along like some roaring monster, cutting a great scar through the colony and kicking up an enormous cloud of dust. Finally, the ship comes to a creaking, shuddering halt. Yep, it's the Heliopause. Silhouettes emerge, silhouettes with guns. Soldiers march out of the dust and quickly surround all of the remaining colonists. More soldiers form two parallel lines from the ship to the square, their guns in parade rest, and a lone figure strides down the center towards you. Greetings, fugitives of Earth. I am Commander Loom. As captain of the Heliopause, I have come to render aid and bring you to justice. Let's try to sneak away. The Heliopause soldiers have the colonists surrounded and shove you gently but forcefully back into the crowd. I'll just play with my holopalm then. Well, you may be stuck here, but they can't make you listen. You tune out the pomp and pointless adult talk. Yada yada, Governor Uticott knew the ship was coming, blah blah, now this new guy Loom will be governor, and he's some kind of space cop. But whatever, all adults are basically the same, and equally boring. The crowd disperses slowly, and the council members follow Loom back into the Heliopause, presumably to talk about the future of the colony. You hope. So what do you think about these new people? Mars asks. They're just gonna boss us around. Tangent nods. They don't live here. They don't know what it's like, and they're just going to swoop in and act like they're better than us. She hugs her arms around herself. Did you see what they were doing to Instance? The entire colony, now twice as many of you, sets to work on salvaging the wreckage, tearing it down, and combining it with the Strato's remaining engine. Spirits are high, though these new colonists from the Heliopause aren't like any people you've ever met before. With their uniforms and weapons, they're more of an invading force than a rescue. You aren't sure what this means for the colony or for your future. Alright. Alright. Many see us as fugitives. The Strato's engineering wing is the only reminder of your old colony. The Heliopause brought enough rations for another 5 years, as well as a rich seed bank and working hydroponics. They also have more guns and explosives than you've ever seen in your life. Even the ship has guns. A full stomach, a roof over your heads, and the promise of safety convinces most Strato colonists to accept the Helios. Alright, as criminals pose little threat, a grudging peace is brokered between the two groups. They aren't so different. There are even Helio children, born among the stars just like you. Let's meet them. You get your own room for the first time in your life. You step out into your very own balcony to watch the new colony, its grounds bustling with so many strangers and strange new ideas. Hey! You feel something rising in your chest that you haven't felt in some time. Hope. Excitement. What will the new day bring? You better get out there and find out. Alright. Will Solane be, like, chill with the Helios? Or will he, like, probably be like Dys and be like, they're just as bad as the Stratos. All adults are equally as stupid. Plenty of mushroom logs, that's good. Alright. Oh yeah, first thing I wanted to do was replace my plas cutter with the sun medallion, because this will give us a tiny boost in physical challenges, but we need all the help we can get in every single challenge, so yeah, I'm doing that. In exchange, I think we might try to get our combat up naturally. Alright, there's Nami. You've seen Nami around since the Heliopause landed. They're around your age and barely 1.5 meters tall, only coming up to your shoulder. You've never seen anyone dress as strangely as they do. Hi! I'm Nami. It's short for nomination. They do a little twirl and bow. I don't remember what I asked them last time, if it was their outfit or what they do for fun. Do we want to be really, really rude and ask about their gender? Let's do it. Let's be super rude. What? Oh yeah, I was so happy when we landed, and I found out that you colonists have not boy and not girl people too. Sometimes people on the Helio didn't get it, but honestly, I grew up with them, so they kind of got used to it. I was always told growing up that your colony was kind of backwards and weird, and we'd probably find you all banging rocks together and grunting like cavemen. Imagine my surprise when I got here and you have like actual adult people who are like me. Wow! Anyway, you probably already know I use they them, as in Nami Nami sure as they act together, and gosh, Nami Nami is so cool. They have the unbeaten high score in Laser Fable for 2 years running. I doubt anyone can beat them. Calm down. They take a deep breath. Yeah, sometimes I get carried away, they say with a grin. Rex says my superpower is boundless enthusiasm. Personally, I wish my superpower was being able to fly, or go invisible. Or like being able to eat as much as I want, and make the food go into somebody else's stomach, not mine. You have some really good food here in Vertumna, you know. I really like the... Oh, right. Nami Nami pauses as we give them a look. Deep breaths. Let's play Laser Fable, sure. We've got the physical. Yeah. +1 to physical challenges. Heck yeah. Alright, 4. How about a 2, 3, 4, 5? How's that? Alright, and then a 6, 5, 6, 7. A 4, 5, 6, 7. And that'll win it, yeah. We didn't get combat for that. Right on, brother! Except, they mostly don't want to play anymore. They say they're too old for it. They just want to be soldiers now. Except Rex, he's still cool. Alright, Tammy, what do you think about the Helios? We didn't have you around last time. I know the soldiers from the Heliosphere are here to keep us safe, but I can't help but worry. Oh, she's so cute. Alright, there's Nami again. Where would Vase be? Would we get along with Vase? My name is Vase, Lieutenant Olivacious. And you are? How do you introduce yourself? I just want to have some fun before I die. Or I'm an explorer. I just want to have some fun before I die. His expression doesn't came. Is that right? Nice to meet you, Solane. I hear it's been a rough couple years for the colony. Lucky thing our Heliopause came along just in time. Don't worry, we have some of the best soldiers. The very best. We'll keep the colony safe. We were doing fine before you came. He raises an eyebrow. When we landed, he sneers, this place looked like it had just been overrun by wild animals. Or was that just the aesthetic you're going for? I bet I could take you. Face says doubtfully. Well, you're welcome to try. I hope to see you at self-defense classes. We'll probably be there, because we're going to try and get our combat up. Let's introduce ourselves to Rex. Hey, what's up? Pleased to meet you. I'm Rex. Hey, since I'm new here, do you think you could help me find the construction yard? I thought I might apply for a job there. I'll take you there. You walk him over to command. Everything's moved around since the Heliopause landed, but the construction yard is still in command where it always was. At the entrance, you meet Mars, filing her nails and looking like she's waiting for somebody. Why, hello, cutie, she says to Rex. Where did you come from? He looks up at her and grins. I'm just an angel who fell from the sky, darling. You try not to gag as the two of them flirt. You give a loud ahem and point Rex over towards the construction yard. He looks back at Mars over his shoulder and winks as he leaves. Wow, so Mars has 2 love interests. I kind of thought that Rex was kind of just like her gay best friend, you know? But no, they've got a thing going on too. Not just her and Tang. You head out of the colony hoping to find Dis, and you do, as well as Rhett and Utopia, who have teamed up to talk to Dis about something that has them scowling deeply. It was different before the attacks, you hear Utopia say, but you're older now, and when you're on expedition, you can get into a lot more danger than when you were just a little kid going on walkabout. When you're out there on my team, I'm counting on you to do as you're told and to be where you said you'd be. She gestures beseechingly. What am I gonna do if something happens to you out there, kid? What if you disappear one day, and you're hurt, and no one knows where to find you? What if... I'll be fine. Dis cuts her off. I can take care of myself, and if I can't, that's on me. That's not how it works here, Rhett says, his voice stern. You're not just putting yourself in danger out there, you're putting the whole colony in danger. I know you're a bit of a loner, son, but you have family here. All of us. We're all your family. We're going to send people out to find you, and what if they get in the same trouble you did, he continues. We're counting on you to follow directions out there to keep everyone safe, not just yourself. What if I don't want to be found? Dis explodes, waving his arms. What if I want to be left the hell alone? Rhett and Utopia are stunned by Dis's outburst. Rhett opens his mouth to respond, but Dis talks over him. If I don't come back, just leave me out there, he spits. If this planet wants me dead, maybe I deserve it. Huh? Don't you ever think about that? Maybe I deserve to die out there. Maybe we all do. With that, Dis stomps away. Rhett and Utopia look stunned. You follow Dis around the outer walls of the colony, to where he's angry pulling things out of the drain pipe hiding hole he's long since outgrown. Stupid humans, he grumbles, stuffing what looks like a bedroll into a carrying bag. They never think of anything except... Oh, he continues, trailing off when he sees you. What do you want? Are you okay? I'm great, Dis mutters. Just awesome, actually. Yeah, thanks for asking. You watch him pull things from his hideaway and throw them into 2 piles. Screw this colony, he says. I didn't ask to be a part of it. I don't need it. I don't need anyone. I'd be better off living in the woods like an animal. At least that's real. He reaches in far and pulls out a busted-looking mechanical device. His old alien communicator he made using gear he stole from Command. Jeez, he laughs. Guess I don't need this anymore. Take me with you. Dis takes a second to consider this before your meaning sets in. What? Why? He replies, baffled. Come on, Solane, you have a whole, life here. A future. You have friends. People who love you. Don't throw it all away just to be with me. I'm not worth it. His face softens. Look. Maybe once I'm set up, okay? I'll send you a message. If you really mean it. Dis finishes packing up the stuff he's gonna keep, which barely amounts to a full backpack. He straps it onto his back and nods at you, determined. Did I ever tell you my full name? He asks seemingly randomly. No, you didn't. Dis smiles a little with that, just with the corners of his mouth, as he huffs a self-deprecating laugh. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have. It sucks, honestly. It's dysthymia. I don't really know what that means. Myself. What does it mean? Dis takes a breath and lets it all out, his shoulders slumping. It means being sad. What a joke, right? Who names their kid that? You could say that about a lot of the names in this colony. Honestly. She shakes his head. Aunt Anne always talks about how babies make everyone happier. Was my mom sad before she had me and Tang? Or did having us make her sad? His smile twists. Was it me? Was I the reason? Dis scuffs his boot in the dirt. Whatever, he mumbles. No one's cared about me. Basically ever. Since before I was born. My own mom didn't love me. The, one person who you think could... He looks up at the sky and blinks rapidly. Whatever, he repeats. I'm out of here. Thanks for everything, Solane. You're the only good thing about this shithole. I'm gonna miss you. Can we give him a hug? Yeah. You throw your arms around Dis, who grunts and pats your back awkwardly. He doesn't relax until you finally relent and let him go. You watch him disappear between the fungal trees. Within minutes, he's out of sight. I'm nervous about this. You're getting ready for bed later that day, when you receive a colony-wide announcement through your holopalm. It reads as follows. Colony notice. Reminder that there will be no unauthorized trips outside the walls without prior authorization from Expeditions Command. Anyone caught in violation of this rule will be punished. This includes going for a walk. It is dangerous outside the walls and is only to be done by trained and armed personnel. Thank you, Command. He was caught. How about that? You send Dis a message. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Dis messaged you back immediately with just a picture of a knife. You're guessing he didn't get very far. Okay. Poor guy, jeez. The more I learn about him, the more I really, really regret. Ooh, egg. The more I really regret, being such a dick to him in my first playthrough. The Helios have replaced the old garrison dojo with a huge underground bunker. It's much larger and better supplied, and abuzz with activity. Soldiers drilling, weapons being cleaned and inventoried, and animals herded into cages for study. You can't believe how many soldiers are down here. It must be the safest place on the planet. Alright, let's increase our combat a little bit. Security Chief Rhett interrupts your afternoon training to address the group. Nem perks up. This seems important. Since the original colony was destroyed, Rhett begins. We have needed every skilled security officer we can find to defend our home. And now with Governor Loom's blessing, age is no longer a requirement. Child soldiers, yay! We are looking for young recruits to join the ranks of the defense squads. This is a serious job. He punches his hand for emphasis. You'll be soldiers, not little kids learning self-defense or peering down from the safety of the walls. You will be in danger. You need to be brave and know your way around a weapon. Step forward if you think you have what it takes to defend our colony. Let's hang back for now. Good, he says to those who step forward, including Nem. For the rest of you, if you change your mind and want to join the real soldiers, you know where my office is. If we can unlock it, that would be nice. But I don't know if I will. Yeah, let's do a 3 of a kind. Actually, let's see. Yay, a total flesh will actually make it better. Okay. That's our best possible score. We get combat and the combat perk. New cards in the depot. Sweet! Nem, what's up? You spot Nem halfway up a garrison watchtower, her legs wrapped around the scaffolding as she cranes to look over the fence through a pair of holoculars. You clear your throat, and she peers down at you and waves. Solane, come on up here. I want to ask you something. You clamber easily up the scaffolding. Nem gives you a high five. Here, look through these, Nem says, shoving the holoculars into your hand. You raise them to your eyes and look where she's pointing. A long ways out, much farther than the expeditions are going, you spot a dark humanoid shape moving through the towering fungal forest. See him? Nem asks. It's Dis, I swear it is. He's always sneaking out over the walls. So what? Nem stares at you. So what? She repeats aghast. He's gonna get in trouble. Only if you tell on him. Well, yeah, Nem sputters, but someone should. The adults say we're not supposed to go outside the colony unless it's on expedition, Nem says, taking the holoculars back and looping them around her neck. And Dis just goes whenever he wants. What if he gets hurt? What if he dies? She wrinkles her nose. What if he picks up a weird alien disease and comes back with 3 heads? Nem scratches her cheek. Her acne's made her skin dry and sore-looking. Ow, she mutters as bits flake off. I just don't know what to do about it, she says. What do you think? Stay out of his business. I can't do that, Nem pouts. As the strongest kid in the colony, I gotta protect all the other kids. The colony's got rules for a reason, Nem says, staring off into the wilderness. If we do our own thing and don't care about the rules, we're all gonna be toast. Kinda like a sports ball team. We're all doing different stuff, but we all gotta play by the same rules, so we can get as many points as we can. Anemone, Solane. You look down at the ground, where a passing colonist is waving up at you. You two get down from there, it's not safe. Oh hey, sorry, I'm on watch, Nem shouts back, indicating her holoculars. She shoots you a smile. I guess we should get inside the watchtower, huh? Hey, Anemone's loyalty. You both climb the rest of the way to the guard platform. Nem heaves herself over the edge and reaches down to help you up. And you notice that her hands are all banged up and scabbing over with blue scales, probably from scampering all over the place the way she does. She notices you looking and laughs awkwardly. She runs her hand through her fluffy hair. Maybe if I get beat up enough, I'll have so many scales I won't have no more acne, she jokes. Alright, we learned more about Anemone. And let's check out the combat cards in the depot. And also see what else we learned about Anemone. She's very loyal. She's, she is more in the middle of goofball and serious than I thought. I thought she'd be a goofball, but no, she's right in the middle. She's more energetic than she is chill. Makes sense. Okay, let's check out what's new in the depot. Heck yeah. Which would be over here, actually. Here we go. Okay. +5 toughness. +1 bonus to pairs. +20 combat. +2 bonus to pairs. Autoplay best hands, -2 to cards. No. +50 combat. 2 times bonus for, I mean, out of all of these, I think I would rather have the drone rifle, so maybe we'll just save up for that. What about the tase gloves? And how consistently can we get pairs that are all physical, is the question. And I know we have a few wilds, and I think those count, but I don't know. +1 to physical cards. No, I want that. I want that on. Wait, let's look in the depot again. I can afford this now. +2 bonus to physical pairs. And 2 times bonus for physical pairs. I mean, I think this is pretty good. We can try it out. And if it doesn't work out, we can then save up for this, maybe? Let's try it. And we'll replace the toy Xenofauna with that. Okay. Alright. One thing we unlocked that I kind of want to do... Oh, first, let's, unlock... see if we can unlock guard duty. We can unlock guard duty. Your backward says. I just want to see what the options are. What this option gives us. He walks over to face you. Okay, yes. Did you find your courage? Yes. When Rhett smiles, it's not a happy smile, but you do have what it takes to survive. I have plenty of combat, even without the rifle. Or the tase gloves. Okay, you're in. See you at dawn, recruit. Alright. What does guard duty give us? Combat and bravery. And friendship with a vase. Ooh. But it does give us bravery. Which is good for Dys. Alright. One thing I wanted to do that we didn't get to last time. I want to check on those animals. We can tend to the animals, can't we? Oh, Mom and Dad want to talk to us. Hold on. You've barely seen your mom since the Heliopause arrived. When you do, she looks frail, like all of her strength got used up last year, and she's only just starting to recover. Except instead of relaxing, she's hard at work rebuilding the geoponics domes. It must be hard for her to shake the fear it might happen again. Being able to load your tray full of food at the canteen is still a luxury you don't take for granted. Sometimes you make up a tiffin for your mom so she doesn't miss lunch. Hey, Solane, she says, smiling as you approach. Is that lunch? I've been smelling the caramelized onions all morning. I can't wait. You deliver the tiffin into her grateful hands, and she cracks the lid and takes a big inhale. She smiles. You know, People used to give thanks before meals back on Earth. I think I can understand why. I'm thankful we have food again. She reaches over and ruffles your hair. You're a good kid, Solane, she says. She looks at you a second, weighing whether to continue. I know we don't talk about it, but I know how hard you busted your butt back then, making sure the colony didn't starve. Her smile twists into dark humor. I don't think you'd ever come around to corny bullcrap like doing what's best for the colony, she mutters like it's a secret. But you really came through. Mom's love! +1 skill and challenge win. Sweet. When you're fighting for your life, that's when you know the true measure of a person, she continues solemnly. I wish you didn't have to be tested at such a young age, but you really showed what you are made of. I'm so proud of you, son. Yay! Hey, my little tomato. Your dad's voice rings out across the fields, hale and hearty. You don't have it in yourself to be embarrassed, not during pollen. Not with the memory of him struggling to breathe so fresh in your mind. Are you coming to check on your old man? He teases you. He takes a deep breath, holds it, and lets it all out comfortably. I'm doing great. No congestion, no sneezing, and I definitely don't want to take a hike outside the walls. +1, 2, and from other social cards? Oh, I get it. Your dad pulls you into a big hug, ruffling your hair. He smells like sunshine and dirt and sweat, and you've never been happier to breathe it all in. He's alive. I'm proud of you, he says quietly. You can pull off miracles, kiddo. Aww. Yay, we kept them both alive. I'm so happy. Alright, let's tend to the animals. You meet your dad by the animal pens, fresh and ready for your first day at your new job. Your dad laughs at your clean clothes and your scrubbed face. Oh, Pumpkin, I'm sorry to tell you that you're a little overdressed for the position, he chuckles. You're gonna get dirtier and all heck today. Go on, put on these overalls and let's get to work. You change and follow your dad to the float cow pens. He rubs their noses as he points out their names. I know they're cute, but these ladies aren't pets, he says. They're livestock. And more than that, they're not really domesticated like our animals back on Earth. They're more like tame. We give all the animals lots of room to roam, and we feed them well. They're not going to get chased down and eaten by bigger animals, and we help them if they're sick. It's a pretty good deal, I think, but they're still pretty wild, he says. You gotta be careful with them. He leans his elbow on the fence. We were pretty lucky that Rotumna has herd animals, he says. It makes it a little easier. We'll probably have real domestic animals in a couple 100 years. Well, kiddo, your dad says, spreading his arms. We've got all these animals. What do you want to learn about first? I like the bristle slugs. They're very cute. Oh yeah, we've got a ton of them, he says. They're great. Slow and gentle and easy to catch. Which you already know. Don't let the spikes fool you. They're actually really cuddly and don't mind it when you pet them. It actually helps them. In the wild, they'd be scratching up on all sorts of things to knock off those itchy berries. They're not really berries. They're more like eggs. Well, they're like berries, though, because they're sweet. And you know what? Never mind. Rotumnan animals are pretty weird. The float cow you captured is still here. Look, there it is, he says, gesturing out at the herd. You squint and try to follow where he's pointing. Eventually, you see it. Wow. It's much bigger than when you last saw it. It's been eating well. And guess what? Your dad says with a grin. It was pregnant. See all those little floaties? Our first babies. You smile as you watch the float cows bob alongside their mother. Cute. We figured out if we keep feeding them what they'll be eating during pollen, they'll keep making milk year-round, he continues proudly. It makes them heavy enough that they don't float away. Otherwise, we'd have to keep them on leads like balloons. Sugar bugs. Your dad takes you to the rows of crates where the soft, squishy sugar bugs are all clumped up together in the moist muck. These guys are pretty cool, he says, picking one up. It perfectly fits in his palm. They're a colony just like us. And if you tickle them, you get... He brushes his finger along the top of the sugar bug, and a little jet of gooey stuff comes out. Sugar bug syrup, he says. Pretty neat, right? And trippets. We have not interacted with these at all, I don't think. No joke, we thought these guys were just plants for the first couple of years, your dad says. We transplanted them from the wild into the greenhouse, but I guess that was just part of their life cycle, because it turns out they're sentient and can move around and stuff. We moved them out of the greenhouses and into the barns, but we don't really treat them differently. They still mostly just sit there. I don't think Solane is a vegetarian. Let's just say let's get started. Great, your dad says, clapping you on the back. That's the kind of energy I want to see around here. We need someone to muck up the float cow stables. They might float, but their poop sure doesn't. He hands you a shovel. Have fun. Alright. Alright, we don't have any other social cards, so this one's kind of useless to us. We can do a 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's the same if we do this, so... it wasn't our best possible score. Oh well. 5 animals. Sweet. Alright, I'm gonna go... I know it's a weird month to end it on. Because we're still not through pollen. I want to try and give Dis something. I want to find out when his birthday is. Let's see. You want a flower? Okay. It's not his birthday. Alright, just look for collectibles, and then I think we'll end it. Yeah. Yeah, I know, it's a weird place to end the episode, but, you know, everything I want to do would take a long time. Like, either try out guard duty or go exploring again. And since guard duty, it would be like the first time we did it, it would probably be more drawn out. So I'm gonna save that for next time. It's already been a pretty long episode, but... Yay, the Helios are here. Maybe we'll get to know Vase a little bit this time, I don't know. I still don't like him, and I don't think Solane will like him either, because I think Solane is more along the Dis line of thinking, where all authority and adults are stupid, and the Helios are no better than the Stratos, and Vase is very much loyal to the Helios. So I don't think he and Solane will necessarily get along, but I think we might be seeing a little more of him this playthrough. But yeah, next time I'll figure out one of those two things to do, either explore or guard duty. And until then, I have been Mars, and I will be back with more I Was a Teenage Exocolonist.